Welcome to the Tea Shop Pod. Today we're going to be talking about weddings. My name is Renee. I'm the owner of the Track House Salon. You can follow me on Instagram at iReneeLoren, and this is the rest of the team.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Maya, X MUA, but y'all knew that.
Who are you?
Hi y'all.
I'm so down.
Berg is here.
Berg is back, bitches.
What? Who are you for the people that don't know?
Oh, I'm Berg guy at Be by Berg. And I was once a makeup artist here. Actually, I'm forever makeup artist here.
Yeah, period.
Yeah, that's
She doesn't
me.
even go here anymore.
She doesn't even go here.
I'm back, ho.
All right, that's enough of that. Hey guys, it's Kima at She's Got Talent on Instagram.
_ She's got talent.
I'm gonna change that because I don't like saying
You be
it.
forgetting it.
She
Yeah,
say it
time.
every time.
Y'all
We're
know
just-
who it is. When you put it in, I'm gonna be the first one to pop up. So. you
Because
know what
she's
time
got
it is.
talent.
Period.
So today we are talking about weddings because as beauty professionals, we are often contracted to do weddings. And we're just going to talk about the pros and cons of our experiences at weddings and how you can make better informed choices when choosing your beauty professionals, when choosing your bridesmaids, when doing contracts, and just the whole process, because it's a really strenuous process, but it doesn't have to be. Once you know what you want, it's the most special day of your life, supposedly. It's easier to kind of figure out how you want to go about that. So, ladies, all of us have done weddings.
More than enough.
More than enough weddings. For me, I only like to do the bride. I'm not there to do anybody else but the bride. But that's just my personal preference because I like to do it with one person. I want to be there to tie your shoes, oil your back, tell you that your elbows are ashy, lotion them for you, pray with you. I only want to do the bride. That's all I'm there for. Nobody else. But that's my preference. But as makeup artists and hairstylists, what do you guys like to do when you guys go to a wedding? What do you guys prefer? Who do you
I
do?
want to be there from the time that I told you. and as soon as I'm done, I'm out of here, or that rate is going to start.
Okay.
That plus y'all talked about?
The plus.
That's when the plus come in, because I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I think now I didn't used to mind doing the whole bridal party.
Oh, yeah.
Because
No.
I like when everybody and everything is in sync.
Mm-hmm.
So I prefer to have like all the faces look the same. But I think now, like you said, it's better kind of just like managing one person, because as we just did our wedding that we did last week, like
There was a lot going on.
we had a lot of other things to do.
Right.
And we still had to make sure that I still had to make sure that the other girls was good. But at one point, she should have been just my main.
Focus.
So how many do you do at like once? What'd you do at once? Now?
My ideal wedding would probably be 3 girls
4,
plus the
yeah.
bride. 4. I think that's
Same.
enough time for everybody to relax and me focus on the bride, give her time. Because I feel like the bride shouldn't be rushed. Like she should
no
at
moms.
least have like an hour to.
No, nobody extra.
No, I don't want to do your mom, and I don't want to do your grandma.
No, nobody extra.
See, but I just went to a wedding that it was like that, but it was my people's. So it was
I don't
different. I
care.
didn't mind everybody in my space because we all
Right.
was just excited for her. But if I don't know y'all, I don't want y'all in my space, like, because it's way too much. And it's too much of this. It's a lot.
And can you change that? And I don't think
Yeah,
this
no.
is good on her.
Right,
She did a
right.
trial.
Exactly.
So if I'm doing a wedding, if I'm going to be doing the bride, like Renee said, I only want to focus on the bride. But if I'm doing like a bridal party, I don't want to do more than 6. Even,
Wow,
and I
that's a
think
lot.
that's a lot still.
But I think it also depends on what time the wedding start.
It depends on what time the wedding start and what style they're getting.
Right.
So Renee left me for dead one time at this wedding. And she was focusing her ass on the bride. and
'Cause
they
that's
left
my
me-
job.
She left me with the whole, it was like 8 Africans.
But it was a
And
good
one
experience.
Asian.
Are we going to talk
It
about
was a
that?
great learning
It wasn't that one. We went to Woodstock, New York, and it was
Yes.
beautiful.
It was a beautiful
It was
wedding, though. It
beautiful.
was beautiful there.
But I did leave her with all, because sometimes it's difficult because people really have, like, why would you have 10 bridesmaids?
It was so many.
It'd
And
be a
then
lot.
here they come with the little nappy head little girl. She was like, oh, could you put the little puffs on? And
Could
I'm
you
just
just
like,
do her
"Can you
edges?
just do
No.
her
Can I
baby
use
hair?"
can I use your bait? Can I use your edge control? No.
Oh my God.
But I still be saying, I'm talking hot shit right now, but when I be there, I be scared of them. So I just be letting them use my stuff.
They already paid you, boo. You
I
can say
know.
no.
And how does the payment go? Like, I like to send an invoice in advance, and I'm not taking nothing. I'm not even leaving my house until it's paid.
Right. That's how I feel like it should go, because getting caught up in the bustle of doing the wedding,
Somebody gonna forget. No.
That payment.
Yeah,
you need to get the payment
day
before
of the wedding.
When I first started, obviously I didn't know, and I've never like. I feel like a lot of makeup artists, maybe hairstylists talk about bridal a little bit more, but makeup artists, it's a lot. Like I didn't know what to do. Like,
Right.
coming up, I'm like, I don't know how to
Price it.
I don't even know how to make a contract. Like, I
Girl,
didn't know what.
research.
Now, anytime that I don't like something when I go to a bridal, I'm in my contract. Like, please not. Like, I
Right.
add it every
Right,
time.
right.
And I think you told me that. Like, every time you don't like something, just write it in your contract because another situation could happen like that. But
Right.
now it's on paper.
Right.
So we could go.
I think it's important to
chase bitches down
for your money.
for my
yeah.
money at a wedding at the reception.
What?
Yeah, see,
Yes.
no. And I would do that, like, wait till the end. But it's like, there's so much going on. And it's
And
like,
then
we're
there's too
doing
much
makeup
going
to the
on,
last
right,
hour
right.
that it's just like, they're not going to
No.
give it to me. Now it's, you have to send it 24 hours prior. And if you don't, I'm not coming.
Right.
and that's just
And sometimes you also have to get the money because people will come.
Cancel.
Because I've seen it. We did a wedding. The African weddings be a lot, yeah. We did a wedding and it was so many bridesmaids. So she hired 2 makeup artists. So our makeup artist, she was more elite than the other young lady that was there. So when she started doing the faces,
I hated it. I was ready to go the fuck home.
when they started doing the faces, they were like, "Oh no, we want to go to that one. We want to go to that one."
No,
so
that's
then the
not
other
made
young
for it.
lady
Right.
was there, and she really wasn't doing the best job. But maybe it was like more African styled. I don't know. I don't want to get it wrong about what part of Africa it was from, but it was just like dark brows, just like thick
Bold
glam.
eyeshadow.
It was a lot, and they wanted a softer look. They wanted a more natural look, and they were trying to all pin themselves on Berg.
They had
and
2 different rooms, and they try to do the little okey doke.
Right, and
They
people
come
were, like,
over into
switching
this
around.
room, and I don't do that. I
So
don't work
just-
on nobody's
Yeah.
work. I don't. That's disrespectful to me.
Right.
They had synthetic wigs.
Then they had synthetic wigs for us to do
Music was
updos
just
too.
blasted. It was just a lot
It
going
was
on.
a tough
They had food in there. It was kids. It was a lot. But the bride was so sweet. She's like a
was
regular
hot.
client, but it was a lot. And she was pregnant, and nobody knew except for like I knew.
Oh, for real?
And Monty knew, yeah.
Yeah, I
But
was in the
nobody
corner
else
like
knew.
this,
Remember that?
waiting on them to finish their hair.
She was like, turn that music
I have
off.
it in my contract. I have it in my contract that there's no kids around me. There's no pets because I've had dog peed on my. Oh
What the
my God!
fuck?
Yes,
Hell
I had a
no.
dog peed on my bag for my chair, and I was really.
You should kick that bitch.
I was so
I had to
mad,
kick
and
the
she
fuck-
just
You ever
wiped
seen,
it. No, oh my God, I know what dog you talk about. But no, like I've had like no pets, no drinks, no food, like there's a gap in between. You have to come.
Do you guys
everything there.
prefer doing weddings at like hotels
No, and
or
I'm
like
not
houses?
doing it at your house. I'm not.
I'd much rather go to a hotel.
I'm gonna ask you where's the glam location, and if you say it's at my house, I'm gonna kindly just not respond to you anymore.
But what if they got a nice house? My
If
clients
it's
be
a
having nice houses.
for sure. Am I?
But
gonna
how
have
do you
a
know?
secluded area? Because I'm asking.
No,
do I have
the
a
AC.
secluded?
They don't be want to put the AC on. Like it's too much.
Y'all asking for a lot. Like y'all the bride, y'all the beauty
you can't
team.
have me in
No,
no
but-
hot ass
yeah, no.
house
Yeah,
doing
that's
makeup
not
is
fair.
Too much.
And you can't get a fan.
But that's
And I
because
really might pass out.
I've experienced that where I was in a little house in a little corner. The girl had 13.
How you say little house?
A little
Casita?
house. Casita.
Spanish
No,
as fuck.
but I had to, and I was in there. When I tell you, it was no lie. I had about, I think her bridal party was about 13. I had someone that at the time I was doing. They were interning me. I guess I still paid them, so it wasn't really an internship. But they came with me, and it was just so hectic because we're in the living room, but these big ass furnitures, and then the grandma's like, "Don't put the makeup on my couch." So now I'm like, "Oh my God!" Like I just can't do this. Like
She ain't have plastic on her
everybody- No. Like it was just so much going on, and everybody's in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Like it was just like it was too crowded.
So
too
what can you
overwhelming.
do? Because bridal is like everything is elevated. Everything is more expensive. So if brides are trying to save money or cut costs by like having it at their house or something like that, they're just not the person for you?
No.
Or like how do you ask for that environment to be more comfortable
I do
for
a
you?
timesheet.
Right, I was about to say you probably have to do appointment times.
Yes,
I don't want to go to your house.
I don't want to, but like if it is a nice
If
house,
it's like an intimate
But
wedding,
you can't say I only go to nice houses.
Because that's not right.
because I
but
know
some
how you're
people
gonna
really
word
have
that.
what if they're having their wedding at their house? That's a really nice house.
You're gonna have
so I'm
square
gonna have
footage?
to go in there.
Let's get into that.
on the contract.
I don't like houses because somebody tried to trick me and basically book for a party, and it ended up being a wedding, and it sounded like a wedding when I'm going through the process of emailing and stuff. And now that I'm like hearing her talk, I'm like, is this a wedding? And they were like, no, it's a party. I show up to a house and it's literally set up like a wedding, and I didn't even leave the steps. I was like, this is the wedding.
Yeah,
so are your
somebody
prices
said that.
different from a party than a wedding?
Yes, and they were basically like, "Oh, well, there's no difference. Just give us, whatever you were gonna give us."
No. How about I leave?
You're gonna make up for the balance of a wedding party.
Well,
What's
I
the
feel
difference?
a little bit different about that. So we
Okay.
had a makeup artist working, and somebody came to the salon to get their makeup done for their wedding. So while she was there, she was like, "Yeah, it's my wedding today." So that she was just like, "Oh, well, this is the wedding price," but she booked for a regular appointment. So she was like trying to tell her like,
That's different.
because she came
they're
to
coming
you, right? But she was like hounding the lady like, this is my bridal price is let's say 150,
Yeah.
and you need to pay that, but the lady came here to pay 95. So now she tried to change the price just because of her occasion change. But are your products different for bridal?
Yes.
Are you doing different stuff? Like I want to
am.
know that.
And I'm getting in my car and I'm coming to you.
What if they come to you?
No, if they come to me, then it's whatever it is.
If they
just
come to
coming in,
me-
'cause it's a regular appointment. If
I think
have
it's
to
a
get in my
regular
car and
appointment.
Travel and break down my kit and come on now. That's
But you still have to do it for the party.
well,
That's
I
what I'm
guess
saying.
so
What
too.
would be the
So,
difference?
I mean, okay, so with the difference with a wedding, I just have a set price for my bridal party. Period.
Right.
Like I'm coming. I'm doing.
They
this.
saw that. That's why they said it was a
That's what
party.
it is, right? So party.
They
I don't know.
lied.
I don't have party prices.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck that is. So I know that this is a wedding.
Like, why
You have a
you
cake.
for a party?
You
Like,
have
what?
nice ass chairs in there. Africans and Africans got money, but they don't be wanting to spend it on certain things, and it's really weird.
I was gonna get into
and
that,
I
too.
felt more disrespected than anything because you lied. If
Right.
you just said that you didn't have it, it cannot work with you. I'm always open to working with
And
clients.
you asked them directly and they lied.
I asked you several
So
times, and now you looking at me silly, and your bridesmaids want to fight me, and I'm like, y'all
I was
have
just
an event
there.
today. I could go back home.
Y'all need me. I don't need y'all.
Exactly. Like,
my
so they
God.
kind of like sizing me up, and I'm just like,
You know what's really crazy? When it's always that bridesmaid, that one. She usually be the maid of honor.
Why is it
Always, because she be thinking she got the bride back.
I said,
and she be
I
like,
asked
"Oh,
the
you
bride to come
really about
downstairs.
to
I'm
pay?
asking
You
you."
really about to pay all this money for this, girl? If you don't get the fuck on, stop ruining my business."
I was about to get into that. Like, as far as pricing or like, people, they're already spending so much money on weddings. Why is it that a lot of brides, or not even brides, just like wedding parties, period, they feel like when it comes down to hair and makeup, they have to get like, we have
That's
to
where
get
you
short.
get cheap at.
Yeah, you get cheap there, and it's just
When
like,
you just spent $10,000 on centerpieces.
Right. And you think that
picking
it's
on
not, and then when the
chairs.
pictures come
Right.
back, because you want to go with someone cheap, you're mad as hell.
Right.
And then, now you're like, dang, I should have booked you. Yeah, you
But
should
you'll
have.
spend that on cupcakes and-
on cupcakes
and
that, like,
flavors.
but
Right,
not
right.
something that a picture is going to last forever. A cupcake was that one night.
Personally, for me, like, and to go back to what we was just saying, if I know that I'm gonna have a bridal party, I want to give them a really luxury
Experience.
So I'm going to use my expensive ass products. I'm going to make touch-up bags for every.
I'm doing eye
client.
mask.
Everybody
everything.
gets all of that, right? Eye mask. You're getting a different type of experience, so that's why it costs more, because it's a special event. Like, you want to remember that. I want you to remember me from your wedding. I want you to,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Have that moment with me. So, and I want to have that moment with your girls too. So it's like, you gotta pay for that.
Right.
And it's okay. And I'm not gonna hit you over the head, but like, I feel like the more
And y'all been knew it was coming up. Y'all could literally save $1 a day.
You want it.
For sure.
If it's cheap, you don't want it.
Or
But
just
it
have-
depends.
No, I'm not even
No,
gonna say
it
that.
don't depend. Because 9 times out of 10, if the shit is cheap, it's not gonna be.
No,
cheap
but some
like that.
people just don't have it, so they'll rather just go a cheaper route. That's just how people are.
But you can't come to who's good asking
expect for-
Right.
right,
remember
I understand.
One time, someone DM'd me and they were like, I have a party of 11 and our budget is
Why?
300.
What?
1,000.
And this was probably maybe like my first year at Track House. So it's like I've been doing this for a little bit long now.
Right.
So like you're playing in my face.
$300
$300
for 11.
about a bride, a maid of honor, and travel.
That's not. Yeah, that's it.
That's
That's
it.
a bride.
Now, but at the time, I'm not.
I mean, they were just coming off of the pandemic, so they wanted to pay $33. I don't know math for real.
Either way,
I don't get it.
11
$30.
people. Why do you have 11 people in your wedding party? Period.
I actually have 2 weddings coming up in
I do
September.
too, and I said
we
no.
got the same weddings.
Yes, on the 30th or the
The
second or
first,
first.
yeah. So we had those weddings, and they came for the consultation because you got to do beauty professionals. Please do consultations with your brides.
But
Let
what if
them
somebody
come.
just trust you so much that they like.
The
I
only
trust you,
people that
don't need
I
a
want you to
consultation.
trust is me if I'm your regular hairstylist. But I've been
sure.
getting an influx of people
I
who are just
always-
like,
that's
they
your
don't get
picky
weaves
person.
or they don't get their hair done. So they're just wanting like, I see your work and I want you to do for this day. But I would prefer my regular clients to be happy and get married and have kids and whatever. But sometimes it'd be the strangers. But they have to come in, and these 2 brides, both of their weddings are on September 1st. They both want to book me. One is in one part of Connecticut. The other is in the other part of
Definitely
Connecticut.
not the
One is at 11 o'clock. One is at 6 o'clock. So I'm like, how am I? I know. I'm doing it. I'm doing it for sure. But they each have 10 bridesmaids.
Oh, no, I'm only
They want you to do 10?
No, I just told you at the beginning I don't do that. No, but like that's why are people having so many bridesmaids? It's so stressful. Both the brides were stressed already. Like if you already see don't have a lot. Just have like 4 bridesmaids. Is like
you gotta
good.
Deal with the aftermath.
It's a lot.
You didn't put me in your wedding.
No, so
I don't care. It's my
if you
wedding.
happy for me, just be there. Be
Exactly.
a guest.
No.
But then people have a lot of sisters and things like that, so it gets kind of stressful.
I'm going to City Hall.
Okay.
You know, next time
There's
around,
too many of y'all bitches. I don't gotta be arguing with y'all.
I don't want to be in
I
it.
got my
I don't want to be in
family.
your wedding.
Actually, y'all can just really be my glad team.
Yeah.
Kima gonna want to be in it though.
For sure.
I don't want to be in it. I don't want to be in it at all. So Berg and I have been to a wedding where the bridal party got into a physical altercation. And the bride was like, everybody get the fuck out. And I was like, she talking to us.
Flying in the air.
Why?
It was because they was
They
fighting.
was fighting next to Renee's stuff.
It was wild. And I was
Okay,
like,
they
oh
wasn't
my
fighting,
God.
but
they were about
they
to.
was tussling.
And
They
was
pushing.
Monty was still trying to
always
curl
been
the girl
like,
hair.
that's a
She
good
almost burnt the
sign.
girl.
We was up in the corner.
We
like
were
this.
so scared, but then the mom came in and prayed. But that was like one of my favorite weddings.
They were
great.
We had so much fun with them.
I think you got to have like a cool like environment. Like you can't be too stuffy. But I've also been to weddings where I'm in a hotel room. It's just the bride, her sister, her mom, and it's just chill. It's calm. They got mimosas. I love when they have food at the wedding.
Yes.
like the breakfast.
Right.
And why
I like that.
stuff happens, why it leads to that is because things have been happening and building
The whole
up throughout
time.
No,
Right.
you know
Right.
what it is right
People.
here, and I'm gonna give to every bride. Literally, I probably have been to only 3 weddings. That didn't have an issue. The bride gives her bridal party too many options.
Yeah.
This is your wedding.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
You're paying for this majority of the time. You say no. This is my wedding. This is what I want. This is how you're gonna look. If you don't want to do it, bye. We can be
Right.
friends. We don't have
And
to
that's
be.
how
It's
you
my day. That's
dwindle
it.
it down.
And I get you
People.
also your
Friends,
people, so
but
you want to be there and see like their
No.
opinions on certain things.
No.
But when
like
it
you said,
comes
it's too
to
many people, it's too
when
many.
it comes to hair, for when I got married, I did all their hair because they all was my friends anyway. So I did their hair. But then there are people who are like, I'm gonna pay for their hair to get done. I want them to pay for their makeup. But if you do something like that where you're asking them to pay, get their money in advance.
Right.
Because the last thing that you want to happen is that you be responsible for paying for somebody's stuff because your beauty professional needs to be paid. So when you're thinking about paying people, get everybody's money in advance if you're not paying for it as the bride. Because the brides do be paying for a lot.
Yeah.
But some brides just be buying a little necklace and that's it. Or a little jewelry.
I want to be in position to where like my
Just show
bridesmaids
up.
don't have to pay for no glam.
But that's not everybody's.
Going to
That's
City Hall.
you did say that.
I mean, you're
I'm,
right.
9 times out of 10, like when
In a
I'm
hypothetical
booking,
situation, I
when
wanna do
I'm
that.
booking, and as soon as a bride says, "Okay, I'm gonna talk to my bridesmaids and get back to you," they're not contacting me again. And that's fine. Obviously,
And I
you're
think
just not the client for me.
y'all
There's
also
someone
should
else
know
that's gonna be
that
your
bridal
booking.
makeup for travel and just hair, period, it's more expensive than coming to the salon. So if you're getting a local salon involved, if you guys have the opportunity to come in early and come to the salon and get it done, utilize that time because I'm gonna charge you whatever the regular price is if you're here. But
Right.
as soon as we gotta pack the whole joint up, that's when the prices are going to get elevated, and people have to be prepared for that because this is not your $100 everyday makeup that you're going to get. This is $150, $175. This is not your $275 lace closure sewing. As soon as I got to pack this up, we're talking about $5 and up. So you people got to be mentally prepared
And
for
to-
those inflates in prices.
That's why we gotta
soon
do
as-
more
yeah.
reels when we go to weddings so people can see the process because I think people think like it's just makeup, it's just here. When
It's
you
just-
see us
And don't let it be stairs.
stuff and don't
Don't
let
let it be
no
stairs.
elevators like
Don't let it be
shit.
no steers.
So
Like,
this
it's
the whole
a
pack-up
lot,
process
and
is
it's
a lot.
on our bodies
It
too.
is.
Like,
And then we're there. Like
We gotta entertain, we
We're
gotta be
there
friendly.
all day.
Get up early to
Yeah.
commute.
Like it's,
Yes,
it's
get
a
up.
lot.
I'll even go the extra step if
Traffic.
I have an early bride. I'll tell them in the price like I need to be there the night before
That's why I
to
have
make
a
them like
wedding
pay the
coming up in
hotel
New York,
fee,
and I just
Right.
told them
and I need to be there the night before because there's no way I'm getting up at 3 o'clock to be to you by 6 o'clock. To whatever, it's easier for me to pack up the night before and be there. So you're confident that I'm gonna be there. What's Cat Williams say? They know I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna be there.
another
Just,
thing-
be there.
yeah, just pay for me to be there, and I'll be there in advance.
being considerate too of like I understand back to like having multiple makeup artists or multiple hairstylists. You want to book just me, but you have 8 people and your wedding starts at 12.
You can't do
And
that.
then now all your bridesmaids are mad because nobody want to get their makeup done at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning.
I've had a bride
Like,
had
no.
4 girls drop out the night before because they was gonna have to be done before 8 a.m. And I felt so bad for her because she was like, do I still have to, whatever you sign on that line is what has to get paid. And that's what I was expecting. And I could have got clients, you know what I'm saying, after that. So I felt bad for her. I'm like, actually, aunties and your cousins, like, what's going to feel it? They're gonna call the truth. Like, what's going on? I said, but they dead wrong for
They
that. Like,
should
who are
still
you
pay.
to say that you're not getting your
And
makeup
that's
done
why you
after
gotta collect the money beforehand because we don't want to put you in a position where the money's still due, boo, and I'm not coming until the invoice is paid.
So
Or
how
however.
did you guys come up with like your contract and like your invoice and your pricing? Like how did you guys?
I pretty much just did all the research that I could, and every time I take a class or elevate myself, I make the price higher. So that's pretty much right. And look at the language of other people, what they're using. Because there's no point in, at this 2024, to be reinventing. Nobody will. So there's plenty of contracts that are available. There's AI that's available. And you just tailor the language that fits what is for you. So that's how I did it. And I just make a contract for myself and going out. And then, again, I like to do brides that are already my clients. So sometimes I don't have to even get as formal as that because they already kind of know what time it is. But for the new strangers that kind of find you through social media or whatever the case is, you just gotta, you gotta be professional in that way to cover yourself because it gets crazy. You get to a wedding and somebody's like, oh, she doesn't want her hair done anymore. Okay. I've been in a position like that where you don't want your hair done anymore. Well, who getting their hair done then? But they didn't pay me. So now I went there expecting to get X amount of dollars. And because 2 people decided that they could do my little curl bun themselves, because they just watched me do 5 people, now they could do it themselves. Now they don't want to pay. So I think it's all about learning and having that experience because you might not get it right the first couple of times that you do it, but you're going to get your flow and just be serious about it and stand on what your policies are so that it could be successful for you. Because weddings are serious. Like I've had so many people have terrible wedding experiences. Like you're supposed to remember that day for the rest of your life for good reasons, not because people, stylists and makeup artists don't show up. That's like the worst.
And
my God.
Yeah, this girl, she was my client. And she wanted to be
I remember that.
She wanted to be all bougie and stuff. Sorry, girl. She wanted to book this girl. Let me say the sorry first. She wanted to book this girl just for her. No, Bird. I'm right here. You can't do it. Anywho, she wanted to book. She booked 3 makeup artists, 1 for her and 2 for her bridesmaids or her bridal party. The makeup artist, and she's my client, never only went to that girl for a trial. The girl never showed up, and she looked at me, and I said, "I have to go. I have a full day of clients." I wasn't doing nothing.
Even though that was your client?
Yeah, because that's what you get. Because you should have booked me.
Because that's what you get.
You're my client. You're my loyal client. I don't care. I don't care. You played in my face.
So
I felt
ruthless.
disrespected. I don't care. I felt disrespected.
See, me, and that happened to me before, but I came in like,
But
And this is why.
We're not that.
See why we don't do this, ladies?
Didn't they have a wanted
And they
poster
like,
for her?
Yes, they had a wanted
That
poster
joke
for
was
the girl.
funny. I
They
remember
made a
that makeup
wanted
artist.
poster.
I know
And then
exactly
she
what
was
you're
just
talking
like,
about.
"Do you know anybody?" I'm like, "I could get somebody that could come up here and do it for you." But I'm not doing it. I stood my ground because I felt played with in that moment because you came to me for a trial. You told me you was booking me. And then when I get there, I'm realizing I'm not doing you. And it's because you have someone else coming. No, I felt in a way because you're my client. You're not just someone that I've done once or did, You come to me faithfully. So no, I'm sorry.
She wanted a different look.
Yeah,
on
I
her
would've done
wedding
the same
day.
thing.
No,
Don't
I'm
feel
sorry.
bad.
No, I don't
would've
feel
did the
bad.
same
I would have
No.
did it because I'm a
No.
sucker.
Nope.
And you
I'm outta
calling
here.
you stressing,
I'm a
I would have
people
never
too.
done that. And you know I would have never done that to you.
Right.
So it was just like,
Damn. So what she do?
Got my shit and left.
Somebody came and did it?
yeah,
Okay. Christina.
Christina's
gone.
Christina didn't even come here.
Christina's not here.
made it.
Christina.
I wonder whatever happened. I heard they was suing her, everything.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
As they should,
Because,
though.
it was on the contract
Yeah,
and all that.
hell
That's
yeah.
why contracts are
You
important.
gotta
Important.
stop not showing up to your clients.
Yeah.
Especially a wedding. Like,
A wedding
is. Like, that's the only way.
And then you don't say nothing? Like,
I was sued.
That's the only way.
I don't
Like,
know
you gotta
how.
be in jail
Who's
or in
even
the
on the
hospital.
most wanted. All right.
At the end of the day, beauty professionals, it's important for you to show up for people on these special days because there's so many people that they could choose from. And if they're choosing you, like, show up, be professional, do what you're supposed to do because you playing with fire. Like, what else they gonna
Wedding
do?
is crazy.
And people
Like,
get
that's not a
married.
birthday party.
People
That's
get married
not-
on Saturdays, and if you're trying to book somebody else on a Saturday and
don't
last
scare
minute,
nobody like that.
that's last minute.
And
That's nobody's
Book
available.
in advance. I have people trying to book for May. It's April. No.
Like for their wedding.
Yes.
So do you like when people like say, "Oh, I'm about to get married in 2027"?
No.
No,
Please.
call me
I
that.
don't know. I don't know where I'm
Call
going.
me 3 months in advance.
Die.
Who's gonna do your makeup now?
Who's gonna do
But
it?
like you, at least you know you don't think
No.
like, oh,
that's
like, I
too
want
far.
it.
No, because
I'm
my
doing
price is gonna
tomorrow,
be
later today.
astronomical in
I followed this
2027.
girl, and she
No.
basically was talking about that, and she was like, you know, if I'm a makeup artist, this is my career, this is my job. So why am I gonna shut it down? Like if that's this is what I'm here for, this is what I'm came to do. Like then
Right.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna commit
just saying,
to
come
it. And I thought that
back
was
to
very
me.
mature.
Come back to me though. I'm not saying no, but just come back to me.
I'm
'cause that's
saying I
only
wanna
know
book
for the year
3 months in advance.
2024.
Right.
Once you
I don't
start
know about that.
So you want to book
2025,
a year out.
No.
No.
The only person I'll do that for is if it's like I said, the regular clients that I know. You already come back to get your hair done in between
right,
that. So
right.
every time you come, we finna talk about your wedding anyway. So I know I got it on my calendar. This is so-and-so's wedding day.
And then, just like Maya said, the situation that just happened, she might have had all plans to go with her and then went with somebody else. So
Right.
if you booking that far in advance, you don't know what could happen.
And
Right.
it's just what if prices change within?
That's what I just said.
2024,
Prices
2027?
astronomical in
That's
2027.
Like my prices are going to be up there at that
But
point.
also, that's something that you also put in your contract. You know,
Okay.
prices are
Prices
subject
are
to
likely to
inflation.
change.
You go.
'Cause-
are going to, not likely. Are going to.
It's gonna be higher in
You
2027.
really have to be so
Shit gonna be
like.
different next year.
I swear, you really have to be so prompt. And it's like now that I'm having a kid, I'm not playing around.
Period.
I'm not about to know.
No.
If it's not up to my standard, I'm not coming. I'm not doing it. I'm too far into.
But sometimes you
my career.
don't know because, like, I have had people book me, and I've been in the trenches of Waterbury in the projects.
The wedding was in Waterbury, though.
Waterbury, y'all little.
Sorry, I hate
Waterbury.
it there. Don't
I went
ever-
there and I'm in there
I'ma say no
sweating.
every time.
It
Don't ask
was
me to go to
hot.
Waterbury.
I said, "Ma'am,
was
your
Jamaican.
curls are gonna fall
You
in
gotta
here.
come get
We
me
need
if
to
you
go
to Waterbury.
outside."
Ain't nothing worse than
She wanted some Hollywood waves. I said they not waving. I don't know. I put
need
so
Waterbury
I had to
waves.
put so Waterbury waves.
Give her some flexi lines. That's what you get in the
not the
Waterbury.
dirty waves.
Please. Oh my God.
some
So
West Haven beef
it worked out. You know, we just used some, holding spray for her and it worked out. But, you got to be mindful. And then think of hairstyles for the hairstylist. That's going to really work. So if you're doing a trial and your wedding is next year, don't try to get a trial when it's January and your wedding is in the middle of Costa Rica in July.
Yeah,
the wedding
no.
trial ain't going to be the same as you're going to get it done in the middle of the summer so you know what your hair going to do, how your hair is going to
Trials are
react.
very
So
important.
make sure you're doing a trial. And if you're confused about what a trial is, it's just getting it done in advance.
And try multiple.
It's not no
people.
cheaper price. It's the regular price.
If you're not like a regular client, try multiple people. I tell this all the time. It's your wedding. If you don't like my work, don't just settle for me because you only went to me to get a trial.
Yeah, go to different people.
Go to different people. Take that extra step.
Put a
I
line
know
in your
it's-
budget for trials.
Like if you're getting, that's why when you're getting married, if you don't got the money right now, wait for 2 years.
Or go to City Hall and then get married later.
Later, right? When you have
that, like-
so that you can get the full experience of a what? Like, you want to remember this. Like,
Right. I just had a trial with somebody and she's pregnant right now. So she's like, I'm trying to decide if I want to get married this year. And I'm like, you booked the trial. I mean, you booked the consultation and you don't even know if you want to book me or not. You putting a date down, what you doing? And I said, honestly, in my opinion, I think that you should just have that baby and then get married next year.
Figure it out.
Because why pay all $40,000-$50,000 for a wedding?
He gonna leave her
And
after that
he's not gonna leave her after the baby.
They different people after you have
No,
babies.
they already have children together. They're just getting
that's
married, but
different
she don't
then.
want to be
I'm being
pregnant
negative,
and
my
big
bad.
at her wedding. So I said, if you paying all this money, just wait. It's okay. I said, I'm still gonna be doing here. You just come back. It ain't nothing. No, you can't get the $50 back for the consultation.
So you're the only one out of all of us that did a destination wedding, right?
Yes.
So why don't we talk about that?
Yeah,
So-
how did you price that?
So I had a wedding in Mexico, but it was with my regular client. She's been coming to me since I was doing hair from home. We've been talking about her wedding. She done had a baby and then had the wedding. And it was just more so you have to pay for my travel. You have to pay for my room and board. You have to pay. It was all-inclusive resort. But if it wasn't an all-inclusive resort, then it's important to add like a daily fee that covers your food and anything like that. So usually people would be like, oh, it's going to be $60 a day or something like that. I went to a bridal class too that kind of broke down like what that contract should look like.
Makeup class.
It's plenty of them.
They have them.
You got to go to the white people.
Yeah.
What I learned is just like anytime you're going out, walking out the door for somebody else, everything has to be paid for. Because I could literally be at home.
Right.
And some people, I feel like they'd be like I've had somebody say, oh, I'm gonna fly you out to Miami, like me and my homegirls, we just need you for the week or whatever, like, and I
don't want to stay with y'all.
I
need my own.
Stay in our Airbnb. And I'm like, stay with y'all. I don't know y'all. Like, I mean, it sounds like a great time, but I'm not gonna lie.
You told me Miami.
You always want to go to Miami.
But they makeup artist and just take care of my flight and stay. And it's like I gotta eat. And
You
y'all
have to
pay me.
This is out of my.
Every day y'all stay.
You have to incorporate that.
In a free trip, I could book a trip. I don't need y'all.
Right.
Y'all not my friends.
Y'all not my friends. Like
you thought I was about to come turn up with y'all and do
that's
your
what
face?
they
Because you're pretty cool. I would
I
actually.
mean, I ain't that cool though. I'm blocking my door at night.
Berg gonna be like, hold on. That's Berg.
Where's
saying,
the money?
hold on.
Where's the money? But so definitely a daily rate for you so you can eat and whatever the case is, and then the service.
Right.
Okay, so that was my question because I was going to go on a wedding with someone on the cruise, and they were like, if I paid for your plane ticket to, I think it was to Florida, and then pay for your actual stay on the cruise, do I have to still pay for your services?
Yes,
And I'm
because you're the
because
here.
it's not just.
Still doing
I said
something.
one, yes, because it's not a 1 day.
Because you could be
event,
making money
because
for
you
all
have
them
your-
days.
and you have your what's the thing the day before?
Rehearsal dinner.
Rehearsal dinner.
Like it's other events.
Yes,
in between,
and then
right.
I'm there, so I know people are going to be asking me.
Right.
Because she was like, well, then if they ask you, that's when you start, like, anything out of what we say.
She your manager?
Like, she was trying to, like, basically just trying to come up with something that would, like, work in her favor.
No,
and
you
I was
gotta
just
you
like,
have to
no,
keep in mind
just because
that
it's
you're not working. So
Right.
you could literally, if like she had me in Mexico for 3 days, so and it was on some Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I definitely could have been in the shop making my money at that time. But again,
And even
because
though you're on the beach and it's cool, it's like
it was she's
I didn't ask
still
for
like
this.
my client, so I charged her, but at the same time we also had that relationship too. So I ain't really
you
hit
cut
her.
corners
So
a
I
little,
ain't hit her
you know?
over the head because she
Right.
had private black car service bring me to from the like it
she
was
took
did it right.
she
did it right.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's also a lawyer.
she did
She
it right.
also got married when
She got it.
she had money for it.
My contract, I have
She
it
was great.
where, like, okay, outside of the actual wedding day, if I'm doing a destination wedding,
It's a flat rate.
yeah, it's a flat rate for everybody. So, and they communicate with me. That doesn't have to do anything with the bride. Like, if your aunt want her makeup done, we all out in Jamaica. She could come to my room, or I'll come to her, or
Right.
whatever. But just that's all in the contract that this is the price for that, and everybody needs to be on one accord. Like,
Right.
We not because people will try to abuse you.
Right.
Like,
For
for
sure.
real.
Could you just
Oh,
do
the
my
makeup artist
makeup?
here, go get her. I'm at brunch, nigga. Like I'm
trying to eat.
I'm on the. I'm what? What do you mean?
How do you feel about adding people on once you're
Day of.
there? The day of. Like, on my contract, it says
No.
once this
Always add somebody.
once this contract is signed, there's no adjustments to it.
I always ask somebody, but once again, as long as you got the money. Mm-hmm. Like, if
And
I
how much are you charging them, like a bridesmaid's fee, or their own separate price?
I think at that point we're here now. You're getting a bridesmaid price,
Sure,
like
for sure.
because now you're asking me to go out of my way. So I'm doing it, and I'm going to get you done in time. So yeah, you got to cough up that.
I think it depends on the timing too, because what if you don't have enough time to add someone else?
If I don't have enough time, then I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
because I'm not going to mess up their flow,
Right,
For
because of
somebody
somebody
that's that wasn't
getting
That's why
tagged on,
I
right.
always ask, in a case like that, I always ask, because sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to add anybody, but if I do, I always ask what time you guys have to be ready by, and I'm always done an hour before that prompt time, because you never know what could happen
And
in that
timing
hour.
is so important.
Timing is important.
It's so
in that
important.
hour, I could touch you up, I could low-key fit somebody in, or
I have a hard problem telling people no.
People
please
pleaser.
get on it, Bird.
I know, but I'm doing better now, and I think even just like being in Cali, like I had to like set boundaries
Because they're
especially
strict out
and
there.
I don't know them either. Like at least people here, like they know me. Like I got soft spots for people like back home, but out there it's like they don't. They stand on business, so it's like.
Right. This is this.
I don't have to do anything for nobody.
Right.
I've been in a couple situations where it's like it felt good to say no, and even though it was like, damn, I
Damn,
couldn't use
but
that
now-
bread, but it's like you
gotta stand on business.
you gotta stand on business because
Because they ain't gonna do it to you next time. They're gonna be
that's
prepared.
energy too. Like what I learned, like if you moving like that, or like
Lowballing me, you playing
yeah, you
me,
doing
yeah.
anything for like any brand, like what do you think like the universe is gonna bring to you? They're gonna give you anything people.
Right.
Like, you gotta
Have a standard.
and attract the people that you want or whatever. Even
Right.
if that means taking an L on the bread that you need. And
That
your
you
bills gotta get
need.
paid.
You
Like,
need the money.
You need it, but you gotta
But
stand
I feel like
on it.
we're
'Cause
farther.
God is gonna bless you
if
right after
we
that.
were
Right,
here,
for sure.
if in that case, if we were in our career probably the first 2 years, maybe I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take whatever.
Now that
But
we
now
seasoned,
it's like
and
no.
it's you learn that like
For sure.
Yeah.
even like with relocating, like you learn the rules everywhere, and like how we do things in Connecticut and on the West Coast is totally different. So you kind of got to get hip to what they doing and like what they standing for,
Right.
Like,
Have you done a bridal party out there yet?
Did I do a wedding? No, not yet.
I can only
No,
imagine how
not
that's
yet.
gonna be.
I want to get a rich bride. I really want to start just doing rich white women in Beverly Hills.
Same.
Yes.
Because
I love the white people here.
Black women are rich too, so
you absolutely right.
I like them.
You
White
right.
people here easy.
But I also don't want to limit myself
They be
too
wanting a
much
little
to just black
whoop-de-whoop.
women
Just
too,
need
because
one product.
why can't you get that white money too?
I actually have a client who is like an amazing wedding planner, and she only does Indian weddings.
Oh, I love her.
I love the
She-
different oil culture.
Like she's such a great person. We actually should have had her on. She's like really good at like the whole professional like, and
She
she's like
contacted me before, and when I was looking at her, the way her email was
fire.
just like
She's so professional,
crisp.
and she's like willing to teach
different
too.
Fonts.
She don't play around.
Fonts was in the email. I said,
You're so
fonts
easy
in
to
the
please.
different fonts. No fonts in the email. I said, hold on. It was like she.
No, she's really
Yeah.
professional, and she's like, yeah, the weddings
When
are
she be in
50.
here on the phone with
She be
her
having
the
book,
book.
laptop, iPad, everything, because
She's
she
like,
really
hello.
don't play.
I'm calling the flowers. Like
She is really
Yeah.
organized, but like she has like a standard for Renee. You guys got to have this. You got to have that. She's given me several brides, and I try to do my best because I know she don't play. So when somebody's referring you, you want to make sure that you're at your tip top because they put your name. They put their name on the line for you. So you want to make sure that you're doing the best that you can do.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of clients where they be like, "Yeah, you did my friend's wedding, and I seen their makeup, and it looks so nice."
Yeah.
It's a
Bridal
good
glam,
showcase.
yeah, literally, like you could make so much money off of weddings.
I wish I could do weddings.
2 weddings
A
in
month?
1 month. If you really priced it, like to where you could like these people paying.
Yes.
You get booked for 2 weddings. Let's say it's a huge party. You're good for the whole month. Like you're good probably for the next 2 months. Like it's money in weddings.
That's
like
why-
honestly, like I be trying to figure out where I want to go because I'm like, yo, if I could just be a bridal makeup artist for the rest of my life,
'Cause they
I wouldn't
get it.
mind that.
I
You
have
get
when I
it.
come back from
I love a
maternity
bride.
leave. In September I have 3 weddings, so I don't even think I'm going to open my books
Yeah, you don't have
for
to because
like
you can take
regular
a
clients
break
because
the rest of the week after
yes.
that.
3 weddings and
Yeah.
then big parties. I'm good. I have the
Yeah.
first, second,
You don't
and the
have to
30th. I'm good.
overwork
Beginning
yourself when you
and
think
the end.
smarter. Yeah.
I like
Do
the
bigger gigs,
I like
bigger jobs.
regular in the salon clients, but the a large amount of money that you get from doing a bridal party is good too.
Or just like doing one.
'Cause I try to
bridal party
price
a week.
it-
The minute you walk out that door,
I try to
goes
price it
up,
where
so-
what would I have made if I was at the shop? So I do like buy.
that's why I always-
I do it like I have a 4 to 6, like a half day, and then a full day. Because some people, you know, the wig girlies, they want a 1 wig for the ceremony, and then they want me to do a wig change, and now you got to do another wig for the other part. So you got to pay for me to be here all day.
Right.
Because if I was at the
I've
shop
never
all
had
day.
that.
But here's the thing,
Because it's like, but I'm only doing one person.
But
Because
even
if they
like-
try to fit all the people into that, then that don't make no sense. But because
Have
it's
you
one,
still
it's
gone?
by hourly.
I'd rather go and do 4 faces for the same amount than and deal with the whole traveling and all the craziness. I'd rather do that than sit in here and have to do
15 people.
girls,
Right.
and be burnt out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
When I
because
could
I'm
just
done by 1 o'clock. And I got the whole day to
even if I gotta
myself on
wake
a
up
Saturday.
6 o'clock in the morning, nobody want to do that. But it's like, yo, once you done around 3 o'clock, that money hit.
And
like,
it's Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
going
Saturday.
I'm gonna go back to the
Good.
shop. Like, so it's like I'd rather work smarter than harder. Like and
Until the bride invites you to the wedding because you're so fun.
Right.
And now you got to get dressed to go to that.
Right.
It's a different sense of satisfaction to doing like bridal parties and stuff.
Because
like
you
that.
feel real.
like you
like
feel
I know
accomplished.
you feel
You're like,
important.
damn,
You're
that
gonna
was
remember
today.
this. Yeah.
And they be sweating you when you rocked it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And we
yeah.
had them too. Like we
Right.
hyped them out like right before they about
Like,
to
you
go
look
out. It's a good
girl.
experience.
Yeah.
I love it. Love a wedding.
I feel like you become family with the bride after you do
For
the bride.
sure.
Like
Yeah.
now we locked in on
Yeah.
a different level.
Yes.
Have you guys ever had like somebody in the bridal party not like it after you've done it, like their hair
No.
or makeup? No, that's happened to me.
What happened? They
And
wiped
she
it off?
She left she came down with her bag. That's also in my
She had a makeup
contract.
bag?
I'm not using no one else's makeup. A lash, a lipstick, of course. Like, of course, that's but sometimes the lipstick, no, because the grandmas, we want purple. I'm not putting
Why
a
they
purple.
can't get their purple?
No, if
you know
you're
old
wearing-
ladies love a good color.
They do, but if you're wearing a color, like a dress that don't match, I'm not putting
Old
that.
ladies
That's
don't
none of
want
your
nothing
business.
but
Or
red
like-
or
or
purple on their
purple.
lips. That's just how they
No.
are. They
I don't like that.
No,
So what
I don't
happened?
do new lip.
She brought her own foundation?
No, she brought her own bag. Mind you, they're black, and she is the sister-in-law, and she's white. And she came in, and she looked at everybody like, this is not the type of makeup I get. And I'm watching her. So she goes upstairs, she goes get her makeup bag, she comes back down. So she comes back down. She was like, can you just use my makeup? I'm like, no, I don't feel comfortable doing that. Like, I just don't. I don't know what you have. I don't know how to work with your stuff. Like, I have my kit. This is my kit, my bridal kit. This is doing it for longevity. Like, so many reasons as to what's in my kit and why I use it.
Right.
Do her makeup. She leaves. She comes back down. Yeah, she took everything off but kept the blush.
What?
How you even do that?
She wiped all this. Wait,
this just reminded me of,
and like
it's on top
did her makeup like around it, and I'm just looking at her, and we all looking at her like, and the bride came to me, she was like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I'm really sorry, because had I known, I would have just said, don't get it done. And she was like, it's not like I didn't show her your work. Like, she just thought that when she got in my chair that I was about to do whatever. No, this is what, and the bride already had a set picture of.
Is she the one who asked you for some more blush?
Yes, that's the one I said. And then she had the nerve to say, can I use some more of what you put on my cheeks? And I looked at her like, no. No.
Why people do that?
Really
what you about to say?
me.
You aggravated.
Can we please talk about my prom client?
Oh my God. So we're talking about weddings.
You need to redeem yourself.
It's we talk about weddings, but it's special events.
Redeem yourself.
That was so bad.
Somebody not liking it, and that was the first thing that came to my mind when she said it was just
Oh, that girl.
Bro,
She hated you.
Ryan.
Her mother hated you.
Everybody, it was a
hated
crazy.
it
And
so
we were all in
bad.
the shop. Renee's high off of edible.
Please stop telling my business.
Renee don't know. Renee's actually a really good problem solver in situations.
am
Renee is quiet.
stuck.
Bro. Like,
I know what to do. I was like,
the
what's
girl sat in my
happening?
chair for 3 hours staring at her,
Scratching
face, and
her
we're
head,
all just staring at her
like how we are.
Renee gets up like, let me see what's wrong with it. What is wrong with it? It looked fine. We're like, Renee, you're high. Go sit.
Like Renee was high off that edible.
Why? It was
I'm trying to be
Dania.
the
Why would she give me that?
Dania was there?
She gave me that.
Oh, that was a
I thought it was
crazy.
regular candy.
It was
Terrible.
Her mom was trying to save her though. Like, she
So
was trying
greedy.
to be like, what do you want her to do?
beautiful.
She was like, I just don't want anything. Get out there.
Right, get out. At this point, you can't be saved.
She kept wiping off, crying.
Do that at home. We don't want to see you wipe it off here.
She
Go
hated
home
it.
and do it.
And
Yeah,
if you
the
never
minute she
have,
left,
if you
it
don't
died.
wear makeup or you don't do certain stuff, just don't wait until your special day to get it done. Do a trial. Like, it's
have
so
to do it
important
before.
because you don't know what's gonna happen.
Right.
You was just looking at her like, what you want me to do?
I was just
Like,
It was so bad.
Like, why are you still
I was
here?
looking at her.
Not 3 hours.
She's like, you want me to take the shadow off? The mom was like, could you just erase?
I told her I can erase the whole thing. We can take it all off.
And y'all can
no,
go.
No. What are we doing then?
That was so bad. You just was standing there with your brush in your hand.
And then
So
when
bad.
Berg, like in a moment, like her eyebrow go up and she like looking like, I don't know how to do the face, but she like looking, and she'll look at us with the eyebrow.
Like-
and be
Tweak out. I want to tweak out.
It was
'Cause I have a
so
lot
bad.
of-
Patience.
I have a- I
But
have
that was a
mad
lot.
patience.
I would have left.
Y'all let me know when you figure it out.
That's what you
Right.
said.
I'm
You
gonna
was
go
like,
outside.
Berg, you
I'll be
handled that
back.
so
well.
good.
I don't know how I would handle
I was
it.
just in the couch
I
like,
handle
what's
it, but
happening?
I don't know,
How can I intervene? Couldn't move.
You made her feel really comfortable. That's what I meant. You made her really feel really
It's
comfortable.
because
and
she was
feel-
the op. That's why. Because that was the same little girl that was on the page, and she like your little cousin or something like that. And she was like, oh, I saw you on his page, and I came over here. And she's like, she never saw your makeup before, but she only came to you because she saw that somebody posted you.
No, that wasn't her.
Oh.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
It's all right. Next time.
This sounds like some Tubi shit.
Yes, I'm
You handled
sure.
things so well.
She was so
because even
weird.
with that bridesmaid, like I have to work on myself, but I'm just so like,
No,
what do you? I get a little frustrated because you're not telling me what do you want.
because they don't really know.
How can I fix? But they don't know. They
But
just
tell me
wanna
what you
fix.
don't. Don't tell me what you want. Tell me what you don't want.
Right.
You don't have to
Tell me
you
how to
know.
pull back.
You don't. Yeah.
But you know
don't
what? What's also better, like, and I know you don't like this, but I don't mind when a client is sitting in front of a mirror. Like, it does not bother me. I know because you just feel like they nitpick, but I feel like it gives them a sense of confidence, like of them, like
No,
and they can go in and correct you quickly instead of waiting till the
Before
very
you put a
end.
dark liner on the bottom of her eye and shit
I
like that.
understand, oh, do you mind if I don't mind that. I'd rather you tell me now instead of me having to go back. I don't like that, so I don't mind. And I feel like it's cool to watch the process because a lot of girls don't get that done, so they might want to.
Ramaya don't want you to see. She don't even have a mirror at her station.
I don't because one, I don't want you. It's an ugly process before it's beautiful,
Right.
And now that my routine changes all the time sometimes, and it's like you didn't do this the last time. Why are you doing it this time? And now they're self-conscious
like,
about it.
you trust me?
You know, and then that's when that comes in. Like, girl, you booked me for a reason,
Right.
Like.
That's how I always. But you got to make the person
Feel that,
That's
right.
why in the
They gotta be
beginning. That's
comfortable
why
with
in the
you, and
beginning
then they'll
I asked a lot of questions. Where are you going? What kind of event is it? What is it that you don't like? Have
What
you ever
you
got your
wearing?
makeup done before? What did you
What's
What
the
did you
skin
like?
like?
Yeah,
Right. What does your skin do?
Right. Like I'm a very pre-question type. A lot of my clients are returning, so I kind of already know. But for the new ones, I'm asking, what are you doing? What's the event? What are you wearing?
Right.
What I'm gonna do this. Is it okay if I do as I'm doing it? Like if I'm not about to just go in with black liner, like is it okay if I do this? Or at the end, if I see that they're a little taken back, I'll be like, I did this because I think it will complement whatever you're doing this way.
Right.
And like they'll be like, oh yeah, you're right. And then if they come back the next time, when you did that, it did come out good because you did it with this. Like I know what I'm talking about, so you have to trust me.
Right.
And that's even with bridal client. That's with any type of client.
Right.
Like you're coming with me and trusting me, so let me do me.
Right. I get that.
Yeah, I definitely
But even when I
understand.
just had my wedding, and that was my cousin's best friend, like I just want the bride to feel like her most
Yeah.
beautiful self. So I constantly was like, "How you feel about your bride?" I was like, I'm
Right.
showing her the mirror. Like,
No,
even though I wanted to
a
surprise
bridal's
her, I was like,
different.
"No, like how we doing this?" Like, and I
Brides are
think she
different.
appreciated like
That
seeing
whole
it because
process.
It gives you a little bit like your anxiety go down a little bit. Like, okay, I see what it's looking like. Okay, we're doing good. Like, you know, like
Yeah, no.
welcome
A bridal
to it.
client is different than
Right.
an everyday client.
Right.
Again, that's why we take so
Right,
much time
right.
as pricing and all that stuff, because bridal is so luxurious and so
Yeah.
intimate and so personal that you want it to be exactly how they want.
And you want to
Like,
make sure
don't be
you're
afraid to
booking with
tell
somebody
me.
that's good for
Yeah.
you, because everybody is not for you.
That's why.
So you want to make you had to get your own tea.
Where's Don Julio at? Y'all acting silly.
Wait,
I came home. Y'all supposed to have the bottles already.
Girl, you should
Why
have
you
brought
didn't
it.
bring them?
right?
Cause this the teapot.
Our guests be bringing that.
Teapot.
For real?
No,
She
I'm
said
lying.
It's the teapot. You try to call the kettle black?
Wait,
get
please
lit.
stop with the analogies. I don't like it. So anyway, so brides, bridal parties, wedding parties, make sure you're choosing beauty professionals that work for you. Make sure that you're booking a trial. Make sure that you have your coins together and that matches whoever it is that you want to go to.
And
Make sure
learn
you're
how to
asking.
decline.
Communicate.
Yes.
Learn how to be able to take someone
Text,
declining.
text me to death. Like,
Don't text me to death.
please don't text me like the day before though with the craziness. Like if you know some craziness popping off a week before, let's figure that out.
Right.
That's what I mean by communicate. Like, don't
Yeah.
text me about every single like what color eyeshadow we got. Like, don't.
No,
like,
not that.
I have it
But
in my
like,
contract.
just
Send me.
communicate like what's going on. Like, because we don't want to wait till the day up and then we got issues. Like,
Yeah. So communication is definitely key. And book us for your weddings, even though we was talking all that junk today.
No, we love weddings.
I love
we actually had a great
for
wedding
myself.
We are
For sure.
and it's good to book someone who knows. I mean, granted, you can't book like a hairstylist and a makeup artist that work in the same salon all the time. But if you can, do it, because then it makes
It makes
work
good
together. We work
chemistry.
together
Right.
and we know what to do for you. And like, what if we're
Right.
like, let's get this for the bride, or let's
Right,
do this
right,
for the
right,
bride.
right, right.
Renee's on it here, and I know how she works, so I know I'm able to work around her.
Right.
We
Yeah.
have that chemistry, and then she
Right.
got me a steak
Yeah,
to me. 'cause
chemistry, that's
she's
the
a random
perfect word for it.
hairstylist, right? We have that chemistry where
Right.
we know how to work with each other and get the job done quick.
So if you can book in a team or a salon atmosphere, then you should definitely try to do that. Again, Track House is a one-stop beauty location, so you can get your hair done, your makeup done, your nails done. You can get a wax before your wedding. You can get a facial. You can get your brows done. Anything that you need, we got your back. So we are out for today, and we will catch you guys in the next one.